Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. The topic of this one is the recent arrest and charges sent out to ex-SNP council leader Jordan Linden. He was very briefly the leader of North Lanarkshire Council, which went into a wee bit of chaos when he stepped down and caused all sorts of problems for that area's council. Anyway, he's been arrested and charged with numerous sexual assault charges over what's been described as non-recent, which is no mean feat. The boy was born in 1995, so what does that make him? About 28 just now, unless he's had an early birthday with 29. Now, there's a couple of bizarre things here. I find it really peculiar that unfortunately these types of people can infiltrate many organisations. But there just seems to be some organisations, political, religious, sporting, that seem to attract more than others, and in quite a high percentage more than others, quite a high ratio. And SNP are one of them, and there seems just to be a catalogue of this type of allegation, let's say, because he's just been charged, he's not been found guilty of anything. And as recently as September last year, the Daily Record done a report on a guy that was being investigated. Now, I'm quite conscious of what I can and can't say, new to all this, don't really know exactly, I've got a fair understanding of the law, so I'll be very careful what I say. But in September 23, the Daily Record reported on quite a similar aged man and how he was getting investigated for sexual attacks when he was 13. This was another person who was in the SNP. And they'd sent a reporter out to his house in Bells Hill, and he was threatened, chased up the street by people, someone who appeared to be his partner. And this partner, when he came to the door, got a bit threatening, and the reporter was later chased through the housing scheme by people with masks on and stuff. And there was another instance, which had been somebody else, the Scottish Youth Parliament. People came forward in 2015 about harassment, and there was allegations made about a guy that was then the chairman of the Youth Parliament in Scotland between 2008 and 2017, which would have been about the time this gentleman was 13 up to he was 22. This is horrific. And then in 2019, a young SNP member was assaulted but made no complaint about it. And then this particular guy, Jordan Linden, he was promoted with the SNP in 2022, which seems pretty crazy to me. There was also potentially a different, another, no him, could have been accused of sending indecent photographs to a 14-year-old when he was 21. And it's just outstanding that this party seemed to have so much of this type of thing surround them. You know, smear, just horrific things, you know, just unpleasant types of behaviour. And I just wonder why this party, when you think it's a ratio of these types of allegations and people getting charged and things, that it seems proportionally disproportionate, if you know what I mean. They're just not a nice mob of people, are they? And I just find it unpleasant. It's actually quite an unpleasant video to make, and the reason for it is I run a kids football club, and I'm ultimately responsible as the chairman of that for the well-being of quite a lot of kids. So when you hear of these allegations and they're towards people the same sort of ages as the kids that I have under my care, it sort of personalises it a bit. It brings it. I mean, my kids now are young adults, but I've got a lot of kids under my care that are young adults and young children. And when you hear of these allegations against people the same sort of age as them, it's just bloody horrific, if you ask me. But yes, you'll find, if you want to dig through deep enough, you'll find people in the Labour Party, Tory Party, Liberal Democrats, whatever, possibly the Greens, and this type of behaviour. But it just seems, I'm saying it's acceptable. But when you have a party where these allegations have been known about for a long time, and they kind of want to sweep them under the carpet and actually promote people with these sort of allegations behind them, it's not a good look, is it? It's quite sad. It's quite horrific. And obviously, I don't want to say too much about this particular gentleman because I'm new to doing this. I don't even know what I call him. What is it called? A civilian journalist. I don't even know if that's me, right? But I'm quite aware that I've getting quite a number of views on quite a lot of my videos that I need to be careful what I say, but it's pretty horrific, isn't it? That there's another one for the same party, charged again. It's not guilty till proven otherwise, till proven guilty. So, but the amount of allegations that get around about particularly young male members of the SNP party, and particularly young members of the SNP party that seem to do quite well in that party. You would think, because it's such a sort of public forum, being a politician at any level, that parties should be a wee bit more careful about who they push forward. But then that maybe harks back to something that I've said often about the SNP, that because they've been in power for so long, they probably get to a point where they think they're untouchable. And I think we don't need to look too far back over the last 12 months in particular to find out that might not be the case. You've got branch form on the go, things like this on the go. We've had SNPs jailed for embezzlement and things like that, all in the last 12, 18 months. But they've had that much free rein that they probably thought they were invincible. So where other people and other bodies, and particularly other parties, would maybe think, that person's maybe got some unsavoury things in their past, we maybe shouldn't promote them and make them chief of councils. SNP, did they care? Do you know what I mean? They just don't care, so blasé about it, and just do these things. It's pretty disgusting. So apologies that it's not a normal, normally my videos are maybe a bit more upbeat, even when we're talking about some shitty things that the SNP got up to, but I can't find any humour in this. So if you come on looking for a laugh, sorry to disappoint you on this one. But, if you like the video, I don't think anybody could be accused of liking this video, but, if you think it's worthwhile, give me a wee thumbs up, please. If you've not subscribed already, do that. And as usual, have a wee chat in the comments. We always get a bit of a laugh there. But most importantly of all, unless you're Jason Linden, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.